Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Talk Time with Pastor Krista. Today, we are talking about words and how words can be very important and how words can really matter. But before we start today, I want you to take a look at my shirt. I got another one of my favorites out today, and on it, it says, "It is well with my soul." That is the name of a Christian hymn, and it's actually one of my favorite hymns. And the first line of that song says, "When peace like a river attendeth my soul." So have you ever sat by a creek or a river, or perhaps you've been fortunate enough to see the ocean? What a beautiful piece of water that is. Or maybe you find peace by a lake. Water has always brought me peace. But another thing that can bring us peace in a time that's just a little not peaceful is words. Words can do that for us. Words matter, and words are probably more important today than they've ever been. So I want you to think about someone who you say, "I love you" to. Maybe it's a mom or a dad or brother or sister, and you're right in your home with those people. And you can still tell them, "I love you." And they can see your face, and they can see your eyes, and they can hear your voice. But what if you have a grandma or grandpa that lives far away, or maybe even down the street, but you're trying to social distance, and so you're not able to see them to tell them that. But you can call them on the phone, and you can FaceTime them. And I bet you, when you say "I love you" to them now, it means way more than it did just a month ago. Also, when you think about words, we think about writing our words. You're probably trying to do some of your schoolwork at home, and you're probably, hopefully, writing some words down. When we write our words, we can think about what we're going to say before we actually say it. So I could take a piece of paper if I'm writing a letter, and we've been writing letters to our grandmas, and I would think about my words. If you're typing something, you can backspace, and you can get rid of words that you didn't really mean, and then you can say the right words. Words that are from your heart, words that you mean. You can do that when you're texting. But when you're talking, you can't backspace. When you're talking, you can't erase words. Once the words are out, you can't suck them back up. So I'm going to give you an example of that. I've got a balloon here, and I'm going to blow up this balloon. So think about words. I try not to say words that are not kind, but I want you to pretend that I'm going to put some unkind words in this balloon from my mouth. Ready? So this balloon is full of words that are not kind. They're full of words that I didn't think about before I was going to say them. Now I want you to pretend that I'm going to say these words. All these words are going to come out of this balloon, and this balloon will probably make a funny noise when I let the words out, so it's okay to laugh. There you go. Now, all the unkind words that I didn't think before I said are in the air. Can I take those unkind words and suck them back up into this balloon? I cannot, because once our words are out of our mouth, they're out, and people have heard them. So think before you speak. Really important lesson, especially in times when we're in our house for days and weeks with our family who we love. But sometimes we get sad, sometimes we get frustrated, and it's important to remember, if we're sad or frustrated, there are words to express that. But we have to be really careful that we say the words we mean. Now, I'm going to give you another example of the power of words. Sometimes, especially in the morning, my stomach gets a little hungry. So I have on this plate some of the things I would eat for breakfast. I might have some strawberries, I might have some oranges, I may have some bananas. But our belly, our tummy isn't the only thing that gets hungry. Sometimes our souls get hungry too. And what is it that feeds our souls? This fruit feeds my stomach, it feeds my body. But your words feed my soul. And this is the power that you have with the words that you use. I want you to think that all of these pieces of fruit here are people you love. Maybe mom and dad, your brothers, your sisters, grandmas, grandpas, certainly your aunts and uncles and cousins and your friends. So this plate is full of people you love. If a person you love, and I'm going to dip this in some chocolate syrup that I poured in here, and I want you to pretend that this chocolate syrup is your words. And your kind words can cover the people you love in goodness. And then when I eat this, it's going to be exceptionally yummy because it's covered in kind words. Our Bible has something to say about good words. So I'm going to look in my Bible bag today, and I have a really special bookmarker today. I'm going to be reading from Proverbs, and Proverbs is a book that we read from last week at one point. And this is my bookmarker today. This is a cross that my grandma made, and it's very, very special to me, and I keep it always in my Bible. Today we're going to read from Proverbs 16, and we're going to read verse 24. And this is what it says. It says, kind words are like honey or like chocolate syrup, enjoyable and healthful. Healthful is kind of a funny word. Helpful I've heard of, but healthful means that your kind words can fill someone else with good health. So today, we are going to sing a song about being careful about what you hear and what you see, but also being very careful about what you say. So I want you to listen to the words and then we'll talk about it a little bit. And this is how it goes. Be careful, little eyes, what you see. Be careful, little eyes, what you see. The Father up above is looking down in love. So be careful, little eyes, what you see. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. The Father up above is looking down in love. So be careful, little ears, what you hear. And my favorite verse, be careful, little mouths, what you say. Be careful, little mouths, what you say. The Father up above is looking down in love. So be careful, little mouths, what you say. Now, we cannot always control what we hear and what we see, but we can think about what we hear and what we see. We also need to think about our words before they leave our mouths. So think about that today as you're going through your day, and maybe write some kind words to somebody. Call someone you love. Call someone, take a strawberry. Call someone you love and shower them, cover them with kind words, and see how that tastes. See how that goes over. Before we do our benediction today, I want to show you what I have over here. So I have some white vinegar, I have a clear glass, and I have a raw egg. Now, tomorrow we're going to do an experiment with the vinegar, the glass, and the egg, but it's a 24-hour experiment, so I got to start it today, and then you'll have to tune in tomorrow to see what the experiment does. So I'm going to take this egg, and I'm going to carefully, because it's raw, I'm going to carefully roll it down to the bottom of the glass. Then I'm going to open my vinegar, and I am going to cover this egg with white vinegar. Now, here you go. So it's all covered. And I am going to leave this glass for 24 hours. So when I join you for Talk Time tomorrow, we are going to do an experiment with the egg in the glass. Now, remember, it's an experiment, so I don't know if it will work, but we'll see. If you have some white vinegar and an egg at home, you might want to get a head start and do that right now and wait 24 hours, and you can do the second part of the experiment with me. So I hope you join me tomorrow for that. So let's end with some beautiful words that we remind each other with every time we leave each other during our talk times about love. And this is what it says, and do it with me. It says, my heart loves your heart because Jesus first loved us. You have a wonderful day. Make sure you use kind words today and tune in tomorrow to see what happens with the egg. Bye-bye.